Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Newspaper Headlines Review on your number one multimedia platform, Orisun Igomino 102.1 FM. Now, your host is Michael Leshi, and today we will be taking a look at the biggest and hottest headlines on the cover page of the Daily Times, The Guardian, and Vanguard newspaper. Now, the hottest report on the front page of the Daily Times newspaper for Wednesday, the 29th day of May, year 2024, says 1 year of the Tinubu administration building a safer, stronger, and prosperous Nigeria. Now, there's a chart showing the renewed hope agenda priority areas on the cover page of the Daily Times for today. Now, to get details of this article, turn to the cover page of the Daily Times for today. Now, moving to other stories on the cover page, we have this one: suit against governors. Parson chairman faults FG for excluding legislative financial autonomy. That's an interesting one there, and details can be found on the cover page of the Daily Times. Next, we move to The Guardian, and the boldest headline on the cover of The Guardian says, opposition loyalists bicker over Tinubu's performance outlook. Opposition loyalists bicker over Tinubu's performance and outlook. Details on page 6 of The Guardian. Another strike looms as Labour rejects FG's fresh 60,000 naira wage offer. Details can also be found on page 6 of The Guardian. Now, moving to the northern part of the country, Kano royal crisis gets messier as courts issue conflicting orders. Details of this headline can be found on page 9 of the tabloid. Now, next is the Vanguard newspaper, and the boldest headline on the cover of The Guardian says, strike looms as minimum wage talks end in deadlock again. Details on page 5 of the Vanguard. FG now has enough to clear debts. That's according to the Minister for Finance, Mr. Wale Edun. And details of this particular headline can be found on page 8 of the tabloid. Moving to the southeastern part of Nigeria now. Biafra Day, IPOB insists on May 30 seat at home in southeast. Details can be found on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now we move to sporting stories in the Vanguard newspaper for today, and we have this not too heartwarming story or headline that says 2026 World Cup qualifier Osimhen out of South Africa Benin Games. Details on page 9 or on page 39 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, with this headline, we've come to the end of today's episode of OIFM Newspaper Headlines Review. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the show. Do have a blessed Wednesday.